Hello everybody, happy Monday. So today I'm coming at you with another Ask the Housewives question and answer video. I do these about once a month. Normally on Mondays though, I do a Monday makeup post, but until I'm caught up with everything, I'm kind of putting that on the back burner, but they'll be up again really soon. So the questions usually come in Facebook, email, Twitter, YouTube comments, blog comments, and I just save them in my little phone, just like that, and we'll get through as many as we can. So the number one question I've received here lately is, how is Gabby? So Gabby is doing so much better. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and emails and comments. I really appreciate it. It touched my heart. I mean, you know, it was a really stressful time for us, and she's doing better. We don't know what's going on with her. Her test all came back negative. She didn't eat a few days at the vet, and then they gave her some more appetite stimulants. She is doing better, and she's eating. She's nursing the kittens. She had a bath yesterday, and it looks like she's doing great. So it's a mystery, and she had like a mystery element at a different time. And you know, we're still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I really wish, you know, she could speak to me and tell me what's going on with her, but until she does, it's, you know, a mystery until we get it figured out. What is your most disorganized room in your house? Do you plan on doing a video about it? That's a toss-up because the garage is really disorganized, and it's a mess out there. I hate to go out there. I don't like the bugs. I don't want to clean it. I don't want to organize it. I hate the garage. The other room, two rooms that are disorganized pretty bad, is the pantry, which I am going to redo on a video, and my closet, which I'm working on a little bit each night until, you know, I get it cleaned up. But yes, I do have disorganized rooms. We live in this house. We're not always, you know, neat and tidy. We try to be, but it doesn't always happen. The next question is, what other YouTubers do you watch? I watch lots of beauty channels. I watch Pixie Woo. I watch Makeup by Tiffany D. I watch Organized by Jen, which we have a lot in common kind of channels. I watch the Saucony Jolie's vlogs. I watch It's Judy's Life. I watch Mischievous, which is Julia Graff now. I watch, I'm just trying to think of some off the cusp. I don't know. Those. I watch others too, but that's all I can think of. And I'm sorry about my voice. I'm still battling a cold, and I'm really tired today. Next, I am a stay-at-home wife and mother and can never get everything done. How do you manage your time every day to get things accomplished? Well, I don't every day. There's days that I slack off like anybody else. You know, Mondays is generally a big cleaning day for me. Tuesdays, I kind of finish up any cleaning that I didn't get done. And I just try to prioritize what needs to be done the most. And I use my planner every day to kind of roadmap how my day is going to be, what I'm doing at what time. That really helps to keep me focused. I'm going to do a video sometime soon about staying focused and how to manage time better. But you know, each day is different. Some days are busy and I just stay on task by checking things off the to-do list. Other days are more relaxed, that I can focus more on YouTube and blogging. And other days are family days. So, you know, I just kind of do the best I can each day. I hope that answers it okay. Next, what advice do you have for a new cook in the kitchen? Well, I would say get the essentials, which is measuring cups, measuring spoons, a big bowl to mix stuff in, a whisk, a good spatula, a good nonstick skillet, a good knife, a good cutting board, and just the essentials. And you can find the essentials in anything, any website. There's tons that will tell you what the essentials are. And a cast iron skillet, and learn to read a recipe. That is the biggest thing I think people need to know. I think, you know, you can make anything if you learn to read a recipe. Read the recipe 2 or 3 times before you attempt to make it. Make sure you have all your ingredients out, measured out. It really helps to be prepared. And don't be afraid to tackle new things. I mean, try it, and don't ever apologize for what you've made or how it's turned out. Put it on the table. Even if it didn't turn out exactly how you want it, put it on the table, and chances are people are going to eat it and still not say anything. So try and read recipes, get the essentials, and get in the kitchen and, give it your best shot. Why do you move so much? Well, because I haven't found where I want to be yet. I was actually talking with Scott about him maybe going back into the stock market kind of job, and where we would have to move to do that. And I am totally open to moving almost anywhere. I'm fine here in South Carolina. I have no complaints. I feel pretty comfortable here. But if, his job took us to a different state at a different time, I would move. I have a problem with, staying in one spot. I'm fine with trying new places out, meeting new people. I don't meet a ton of people because I stay at home, but I'm fine with moving. And until I find exactly where I want to live, I'm not buying a house. I'm not staying put. I'm going to keep looking around and, find somewhere where I'm really happy at. So far, right now, it's South Carolina, but that could change, and I'd be happy moving. I guess I got some of my mom's gypsy blood in me. Next, will you ever do a video showing the lunches that you make for Jackson? Well, I could, but most of the things I make for his lunch are on my vlogs, and that's on my Glam Gossip channel. It's linked below, and you can find it really easy. Most of the time, I show what I put in his lunch each night, so hop over there and check it out. Do you wear Spanx? No, not normally. If I have a wedding or something, maybe. But no, I'm not going to be uncomfortable all day. I do not wear Spanx. How has blogging and YouTube affected your life? Wow, that could take hours to answer, but overall, it's affected it in a really positive way. I stay home a lot. I don't socialize a lot. I have like a social anxiety. I don't like crowds. There's times I don't even want to talk on the phone. But YouTube and my blog have been an outlet that I feel safe with, that I've enjoyed doing. I've met so many people, and it's been a great experience overall. And even though, I might be uncomfortable in social situations, I never feel uncomfortable talking to you guys. You have welcomed me into this community with open arms and love, and your comments are always so kind to me. And, I might not have a bazillion followers, but the ones that I do have, I adore. You guys have been wonderful, and I think it's helped me grow as a person. I've become, out in the open a little bit more in my own way. And I've documented our lives, and I continue to document our lives in a way that makes me happy and proud. I'm proud of my blog. I'm proud of my YouTube channels. And overall, I really think it's been a wonderful experience. And I love it. Next. Will we ever see a house tour? Well, I'm going to have my Halloween decorations out, which isn't a ton because I've lost like one of the boxes, or my husband did. I've looked all over. I've looked in the attic. I've looked in the closet. I've looked in that garage I can't stand being in. I've looked in the closets downstairs. I've looked everywhere. I'm missing one box. That includes all of my fake leaves that I usually put on the porch. Can't find it anywhere. But, I might do a house tour sometime. I don't have the house like overly decorated. There's a lot of white spaces on the wall. I'm not really big into decorating. I mean, I like it comfortable, cozy, and easy and livable. We have kids, we have animals, we have to be, picky about the furniture we have because the cats will tear it up. They've done pretty good with the leather, but I don't really want to do a house tour because I don't think my house is that, exciting. It's a nice big house, nice features to the house, if you will, but I don't know, maybe. Stay tuned for the holiday one with the Halloween decorations and fall decorations. It'll be out really soon. Do you wear contacts? No. My eyes are blue. Everybody asks me that. My son has the same color eyes, and I have the same color eyes as my father. So my eyes are naturally blue. Some days they're more blue, some days they're more green, some days they're red, if I'm really tired. So no contacts. Did you always know you would be a housewife? What did you want to be when you were a child? I think I've answered this before. I think I had pretty standard goals. As a child, I really liked animals. A veterinarian was a possibility at one point. I liked writing. I thought about being a writer when I was young. But, more towards high school and college, I got more into the legal areas. Almost, went to law school, got a paralegal degree, a business management degree, went to a cooking school, and got a culinary degree. And I thought that I would work. I never really thought about it either which way. My parents kind of geared me to work. They thought that I should be able to support myself. And I got married the first time with my ex-husband, and I stopped working in that marriage and took care of the kids. Both the kids were really young at that point. I got divorced, and then I started working, and it was really hard working, taking care of the kids, shuffling back and forth during the weekends, dating. And then I met Scott. Well, I knew Scott anyway, but then I started dating Scott, and he was traveling with his job, and fortunately I was able to travel with him and work. So at the beginning of my relationship with Scott, I was working with him, and we came off the road. We both got a job together at the same company. They pulled us off the road because they really wanted Scott. They gave me a job just to give me one. It was at this tree cutting service, and we did really well there for a long time. We moved into a cabin at that point, and I was still working, but I was only working part-time. And then we got married, and I stopped working. I haven't worked in almost 9, maybe 10 years. I'm not sure exactly of the date. I'm not too confident about getting back out there and going to work. It's definitely a scary thought for me. I kind of consider YouTube and blogging and the house all my job, and I make a little bit of money with YouTube, not a ton, enough to do a few things that I want to do. Sometimes it pays a bill, but I always thought that I would work. I never really imagined that I would be a stay-at-home wife and mom full time. Sometimes it is a strain on us financially for me to be home if he's having a rough month. The car business is good one month, bad the other, so we're always balancing things. And YouTube and the blog have been great, to supplement the income. And the kitty cats have been great to supplement the income too. And, I just feel blessed to be able to be home every day. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm most comfortable. And I might not have dreamed it, but I'm happy. And so it's better than what I dreamed. Next question. Sorry about my voice. I know it sounds really rough. My throat hurts, actually. I think it's the cold weather moving in. All right, next question is, why have you stopped breeding cats? I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. We had some rough times with litters. One of our cats lost her entire litter. Gabby's had a couple of C-sections. It's just been really hard, and it's a lot of work. I know a lot of people think, how can breeding cats be a lot of work? Well, they're extremely messy. You got to clean up after them all the time, scoop boxes all the time, groom them all the time, incur expenses such as food, vet care, toys. It's just a lot, and I've done it for, I think, 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, and it's been a wonderful experience. I can't imagine not having a kitten around. I can't imagine not breeding cats, but I'm getting to the point, I'm kind of winding it down. We got rid of one of our females. One of our males is fixed. I'm planning on getting rid of or fixing the other male. This is Gabby's last litter of kittens. This is it. So I don't anticipate any more litters for a very long time. I might eventually start breeding Siamese cats. It's another dream of mine, but I'm done. I'm done for a long time. Siamese cats, if I start breeding them, it would probably be in my 50s or something. I'm just going to focus on Willow, Gabby, and Romeo. I want to keep a kitten, but I don't think I will. So, trying to get to the next one. What kind of computer do you have? Do you have any good apps to share? I have a Sony Vaio. We have an iPad that Jackson uses. I use my phone, which is an Android. And I do have a video coming up very soon of my favorite apps. So stay tuned for that. Does it scare you to drive in the snow and rain? It really doesn't scare me to drive in the rain, as long as I got good tires and good windshield wipers and headlights. I do, drive bad in the snow. I tend to go off the road. I hit ice and I don't really react well. I usually end up in the ditch 2 or 3 times each winter. And on really snowy days or icy days, I just don't drive anymore. I do remember being like a teenager and my grandfather putting chains on my tires to help drive in the winter. That did help, but Scott doesn't do that, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want chains on the Jaguar. But I do drive okay in the rain, the snow, and the ice is much, much different. I love how honest you are in your videos about your marriage. You could paint it any way to us, but you're just honest. It's refreshing, but does Scott get upset about you putting it out there all the time? Well, thank you. Yes, sometimes he gets upset if I say he's been an asshole. He doesn't really like that. And I know he's grumpy a lot in the videos. He's got a grumpy disposition. It's just who he is. I do laugh with him a lot, and I know it doesn't always get recorded, but sometimes he doesn't like it. But I try to be honest because I want it documented clearly, and I don't think, making up stories about a perfect marriage is going to help anybody or inspire anybody, because every marriage has ups and downs, every single one. Don't be illusioned by the girl that you know who you think has the perfect marriage, perfect home. It's not like that. Everybody goes through difficulties, and I think the only way we can learn from those if we share them and we figure out the lessons that we are supposed to learn from those. I'm not a perfect wife. Scott is not a perfect husband. We don't always get along. He's a Republican. I'm an independent, more leaning towards the left, and we have many heated debates. I recently said that I would not marry him again to a teacher, which really upset him. And we were talking political, and I meant I would not marry a Republican again, which really, really upset him. I explained it, whereas I would rather have somebody fighting against me than, or with me than against me all the time. Feels like I have to go cancel out his vote on everything. And it's hard coming in that regard. But we're trying, and we've been together a really long time. I hope to be together a lot longer. You never know. We just take it day by day, and sometimes he gets upset about what I share. Sometimes he doesn't. But I don't share everything, and I try to be respectful most of the time. Sometimes he makes me mad. This is my channel, and I have a right to say it. But I do try to keep some stuff private. Next, what is your natural hair color? Gray, gray, gray. My hair is turning gray really fast. It sucks. It almost looks like I have highlights. My hair is like a light to medium brown. Sometimes, it's gotten darker over the years, so my roots a lot of times, if they're not gray, they're pretty dark. They're almost between a dark brown and a black. But my normal, when I was growing up, hair color was about this color, light to brown, and I dye it. I don't really know the natural color now except gray. And it sucks. Okay, next. I'm a stay-at-home wife and mom with 2 children. Any parenting advice? Well, I think when you look at things age appropriately, like, is Jackson playing video games all the time age appropriate for a 10-year-old little boy? Or is coloring on the walls age appropriate for a 3-year-old little girl or boy? I think if you look and see if what they're doing is age appropriate, it will help make parenting a lot easier, because kids are going to be kids. They're going to do crazy stuff. They're going to say silly stuff. They're going to forget important things. They're most of the time not organized. And they make mistakes. All kids are going to. And I think if you look at it as an age-appropriate lesson, most of the time you'll see that your kid is just acting like a child. I also think that you have to do what's right for each child. Every child is different. What works for one may not work for the other. Brittany is very headstrong. Jackson is very easygoing for the most part and loving. And you have to parent differently per child. Watch their diet. Try not to give them too much sugar. You know, I'm not the world's best parent. There's no Parenting of the Year award sitting on my mantle. I just learn as I go. I've read a lot of parenting books, and each new day is a new experience that I try just to get through. And I have also a great support system. So if something is going on that, you know, I don't know how to deal with, I'll run it by my best friend, my mom, my husband, my ex-husband, my friends, my blogging and YouTube community. I just get other ideas, because I really believe that it takes a village to raise a child. You got to know the teachers, you got to know the doctors, you got to know the neighbors. Everybody helps parent your child, believe it or not. Those teachers that are with them every day, you got to listen to the teachers that are with the children. You got to listen to the parents who are watching your child play out in the street or with the other neighbor kids. You got to listen to the doctors. You know, I mean, it's hard raising a child. It's hard raising more than one child. And the bigger support system you have, the better off you're going to be. And the more people who love your children, the better off they're going to be. So remember that when, you know, you're like mad at a family member such as your mom or your mother-in-law and you don't want the kids to see them, remember that the more people who love your child, the better off that child is going to be. I think that's very important. What kind of exercise do you do? None. I'm terrible at exercise. I generally weigh between 120 to 127. Right now I'm about 124. I'm a little flabby in the stomach. I probably have a little too much fat in my thighs, but I do not exercise. Sometimes I walk the dog. I should do it more, but no, I just don't exercise that often. I don't run. I have really bad ankle and knee in my right leg, and I can't really run. I can't walk for extended periods of time. Can't put a lot of weight on that leg. And I broke both of my shoulders. Well, let me tell you. In 2000, I was in a major car accident. I was driving in downtown Clearwater, Florida, and my CD started skipping. I looked down, tapped my CD player. During that time, I was in a very busy little downtown area. I ran 3 lights, hit a tree, and 2 telephone poles. I hit cars. It was a major wreck. I was I did it in front of a hospital, Morton Plant, but I was flown to Bayfront, I believe, and I had broke both of my shoulders. I had broke my collarbone. I had knocked all my front teeth out of my mouth. I had broke my pelvic, and I had a compound fracture on my right leg, and my bone was sticking out of my ankle. And it was a very traumatic accident. Since then, I've healed up, obviously. I have fake teeth. I'm not scared to say it. The steering wheel did most of the damage to me. I have to sit close because I'm short. The airbag did not deploy. It was like faulty. And I came up and hit my shoulders on the sides of the steering wheel, basically. My head came down, my seat got lifted, and I broke my pelvic on that steering wheel, and then my seat got ejected forward. That made no room for my ankle or my leg, basically, on my gas pedal leg, my right leg. So that experience left me pretty broken. Took a long time in rehab to get, well, and because of that, exercise is not that easy. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm sure I could go walk, and most days it would be okay. If I have a lot of ankle pain, I wear an ankle brace. But I have a lot of knee pain stemming from that. Weights hurt my shoulders. I just have, issues with exercise and my body. But it would definitely do me some good to maybe get into yoga. I just haven't done it yet. Swimming is okay, so I've done that at the Y. But I've kind of trickled down on that because it's the school year. I'm trying to see how long this video is. It's the school year, and we just don't have the time to go to the Y as much as I want. So I cut out the membership because it was pretty costly until we start going back, probably in the summer. And that's why you haven't seen any more summer fit videos for a while. I'm going to keep going. Hopefully this isn't too long. I'm sure it will be. All my videos are long. When did you know you had a passion for makeup? Well, I had a passion for makeup when I was young. I think I was in 6th grade, and I started wearing black eyeliner, which flipped my family out. And I did get called some names at school for wearing it, but I loved it so much. I'm still a fan. I'm wearing brown eyeliner today, but I'm still a black eyeliner fan. I always think everything can be made better with some black eyeliner. And so I guess in 6th grade, when I, started learning about makeup and beauty and taking care of myself a little bit better, I started loving it. So from a long time. And I've been, really blessed to be able to buy a lot of makeup and experiment with it and play around with it. Right now I'm wearing the Lorac palette on my eyes, and I love it. I have to do more tutorials. I'm just not big in the tutorial. All right, next question. I'm almost done. What are your top cookbooks? Now, I prepared for that. Let me kind of show you. I prepared for another one too. So these are some of the ones I use, but they're kind of biased right now, and I have a bazillion. But some of my favorites that I've talked about before is Mastering the Art of French Cooking by Julia Child. This is a fabulous book, and I come from a big French family. I really love this book. There are so many recipes in here that are amazing. I've got it tabbed up. Love this. Another Julia book. A lot of these are Julia books, you guys. Is Volume 2, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. Another one by Julia Child. Amazing recipes. Don't pass these books up. If you can find them at your library, go find them. Find some recipes, tab them up, and go make copies if you don't want to invest in the, full book. Another one, and some of my cookbooks are e-cookbooks too, and they are nice. I can do that. I have an Audible cookbook also, which I love. This is another Julia book, Baking with Julia. Tons of recipes I've used. Wonderful book. Tons and tons of recipes that are amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've made recipes out of this book. It's so good. Another bunch of recipes that I like is recipes off the Martha Stewart website. I print them out, put them in the binder, but the binder's up in the office. I use those for holidays a lot, and I'll show you those at a different time. And then another one of my all-time favorites is the Amish at Home Cookbook, and this is by Lavana Etcher and Kevin Williams. This has some amazing recipes. They are broke up by season, so I love that. This is one that I use every year. I've had it for a long time now, and I love almost every recipe in that book. Next question. And I know it's what it is, so let me make sure I get it right, though. Here we go. This is the last one. You recently changed your planner, and I am confused. Are you using the red one? Are you using the purple one? Or are you using the turquoise one? What system are you using? Well, I am still using this purple one that I recently got. I showed it in a few other videos. I'm just going to kind of open it up. I'm only going to, be fast with it. I use it every day. I use these for bullet points. I have receipts in here. I have bills in the pocket. I go by months. I plan out my YouTube and my blog in pencil on the months. I have birthdays and everything important on the month. This family edition, where you have a column for like each person, but I don't use it for people. I use it for blog, YouTube, appointments, household, and miscellaneous. And that's where, you know, like I'd put something about Jackson or Scott. It has menu planner. This is not my entirely favorite one. I do like the time. So at 10 o'clock, I know I'm eating. At 11 o'clock, I'm doing YouTube. At 12 o'clock, I'm doing laundry. That's how precise I really like to be. But I think I'm going to use the family one until January. And then in January, I'm going to switch over to a more time management type of system. So that is the questions and answers for this month. I know this video might be a little bit long. I apologize. I just want to get all of the questions in that I could. Now, if I missed your question, resend it if you want to. And I still have a lot of them filed away in my email. I just kind of pick and choose random ones. But if it's really important, put a star on the memo line. Tell me it's an important question. I will answer it and get back to you as quick as I can. You can leave questions in the comments below, comments on my blog, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want. And I have more videos coming up, and I think the next one will be the fall decorations, even though I'm missing some. And some more organizational videos. I have the apps on my phone, some more recipes. So stay tuned, lots coming up. And don't forget to check out my vlogs. They're daily vlogs. Right now we're doing Vlogtober, vlogging every day in October. And I also did the weekend in review on my blog today. Hop over there and check that out if you want to. There's no videos on that one. And like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll talk to you guys really soon. Bye-bye.